Welcome to the Do Good X podcast, a sanctuary from the entrepreneurial grind. Hosts Kimberly Danielle and Stephen Lewis, advocates for impactful entrepreneurship, guide you on the path where purpose meets business. Join us to slow down, reconnect, and explore the challenges of under-resourced entrepreneurs, uncovering the unique journey of building businesses that make a difference. Now, your hosts.
Welcome to the Do Good X podcast. I am Stephen Lewis. I'm a catalyst for positive change in communities and businesses. And for over 2 decades, I've been working with leaders of faith and entrepreneurs to live a life of meaning and purpose in their work and what they do in the world. And so I am glad to be here with my colleague and co-founder, Kimberly Danielle.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kimberly Danielle, and I am a community builder, a coach, and a communication strategist who comes from generations of faith-driven entrepreneurs and leaders who believe that our purpose should be driven by contributing to the common good. And we are happy that you have joined us here today. We're just going to have a bit of a conversation and also just share some tools and tips in this brief episode about really how you approach addressing a problem through your business and gaining clarity about that problem, or you might see it as a need, or you might see it as a desire. This should be the center of your business and drive your products, your services, and what you offer, because essentially, as a social entrepreneur, if that is your lane, social entrepreneur, it is important that you are ultimately addressing what a community needs, what someone in the community needs. And so it's important to be clear about that problem, that need or desire. So we're going to just share 3 quick, brief steps to help you gain clarity about the problem, the positioning of your business, and the impact you want to make, because those things are all really tied together. So just starting out, I'm going to throw this one out there, and Stephen, you can kind of give your perspective and build off of it. I think one of the first things that you need to gain clarity about is, under a problem, it's, as I said before, it's the need that you need to identify, the desire or the gap that you're addressing, and who really cares about it. Like, who cares about it? It has to be more than one person, because otherwise you're not going to have a sustainable business, nor are you going to have like a really deep impact. And one way to approach this is to think about this statement. Now, you may have to go back and write this down. I'll say this a little slower, but if you think about the statement and fill in the blanks, see what this provides to you. So the statement is, the problem I want to solve is blank. The customers I want to serve need blank, because blank. Now, if you take some time to really reflect on this and you are in the early stages of building out your business idea, this will give you some clarity and help you to really kind of zoom in on what it is that you want to address. And then as you think about who cares about it, you're looking at your customers or your community, and what is it that they care about this? And why do you even care? Because that's a part of the larger story of why you're starting this business, and may even be a part of the story that you're telling to potential supporters, whether that be investors, whether that be donors, if you're nonprofit, whether that be potential team members. It's important to also know your why. And then lastly, I'll say, research. So you've come up with this statement, you gain clarity about your why you care and why other people care. Show some data behind this to support that this problem exists and that people care about it enough. And this can show up in many different ways, whether you're just, you're going online to look at research, and when you get to a certain place of your business, you're doing some customer discovery. You're actually talking to people to hear directly from them, and you're not assuming that this is a problem, that this is a need, or that this is a desire that is going to be viable. What are your thoughts, Stephen, around, kind of the next of three things that people should address?
Oh yeah, but let me just say one point on your piece, which is a problem really is an opportunity in disguise. So really trying to think about where the opportunity is really gets at this whole idea of what people desire, what they need, what they long for. So thinking clearly about your problem will help unearth what is that opportunity that is actually in disguise of that problem. So I think those are good, Kim. And so the second point that I would say um, is that when you think about this idea of your customer, it basically is who's willing to pay for that actual solution to the problem that you're trying to solve. And so thinking clearly about that versus who may be your constituent or who may be the people who want to support you will be really important as well. So that's all I wanted to say about your point, Kimberly. But the number two thing that as it relates to looking at this conversation that we're having is to determine where the problem you are addressing is situated in the larger system. So we oftentimes think about the system with regards to the environment, communities, and the people and how they intersect with one another. So oftentimes when we think about the environment, we're thinking about kind of the economic system. And the economic system would get into like supply chain and the ways in which we exchange resources and that type of thing. How do we dispose of waste and those kinds of things? When we think about communities, we think about the kind of political system. What are the laws and policies and procedures that govern how we be together as a community? How do we address when things go wrong within a community? How do we support communities around the things that only the larger kind of municipalities can actually do in that particular context? And then the last one that we talked about is people, and that really is about the social system. And that gets into the way in which we educate folks. It looks at our culture, our values, our access, and that social system also intersects our economic system as well as our political system. And so when you think about the problem that you're trying to work with, part of the question is, where is this problem specifically located? Is it within the environment? Is it within the communities that you're trying to solve, or is it with primarily people? It helps you think about the problem in terms of, is this a problem that is really addressing individuals on the ground day to day? Or is this a problem that is addressing more of businesses that then serve their customer base? And that gets into identifying whether or not you're going to, address or create a solution that is what we call B2B, a business to business, that then turns around and resources a customer group, or if it's a B2C, that you're going to do something that is directly to the actual customer themselves. And I think that, when you look at this, what you'll come to find is that, yes, your problem probably intersects all three, but where is it mostly located? Like, where is the greatest challenge that is actually impacting what the people that you mostly want to actually impact in terms of what they desire, what they long for, and their actual pain point? If you can get clear about where your problem is within that system, it can open up a whole new world about how you might go about addressing that particular problem, given where it may be located in the actual system that you're working in. So, Kimberly, what would you offer? Other insights that you have?
So I think I'll add just a couple of things there as it relates to locating the problem in a system. The other thing that this opens up that it can open up for you, and seeing where your business idea is situated in a larger system, is that you are focusing. You are narrowing the focus of your business, which finding your niche can lead to more success than trying to be everything to everyone or trying to address an entire system. It also opens up the opportunity to identify other businesses that are addressing other the problems or pain points in the larger system, but they're not exactly where you're situated. So you might be able to partner with another organization and over time maybe build an ecosystem that does address this full system. Because a lot of times entrepreneurs, particularly social entrepreneurs, they want to do good. And they want to come in with these grandiose ideas of really making this large impact, which you can totally make, but you have to start somewhere. The other thing I'll name too is that I recognize some people do have an issue. I've heard before entrepreneurs have an issue around the language of problem. So if you are one of those folks who don't like that language, you can think about this as a challenge. You can think about this as a pain point. You can think about this as a desire or a need that needs to be addressed in communities. And the last point that I want to make here is that it is important to think about what is the cost of the challenge or the problem should your business not address it. So what I mean by that is, what does it cost the community for the challenge, the problem, the need to persist? What does it cost the community? Will people have less access to resources, have less access to education? Will they have a lack of opportunity to really thrive in their knowledge based on whatever it is that your business provides? And how do you you measure this in a qualitative or a quantitative way? Because this can become part of your story as to why your business is needed and necessary to decrease that cost, to address that so that people have what they need and communities can thrive. Because I think that's what we want to see in doing good and being social entrepreneurs, to see communities thrive. And so, that's all I'll offer to kind of close us out today. And again, this was really about 3 steps to gain clarity about the problem, again, challenge, or however you might want to kind of think about that language, but to gain clarity about the problem that social entrepreneurs businesses address. So 1, identify the need, desire, or gap you're addressing and who cares about it. 2, determine where the problem you are addressing is situated in a larger system. And lastly, to discover the cost of the problem should your business not address it.
I think those are great points, Kimberly. And once again, I think there's always the opportunity that is hidden in a problem or a challenge. And so the clearer that you can get about where you want to focus, the clearer that you'll be able to then identify the community assets as well as the different kinds of partnerships that helps you really kind of create the type of solution that I think ultimately your customers and your constituents long to see. And so we wish you the best in that regards. Now, if you're out there wondering if social entrepreneurship is the right path for you, but haven't taken the steps towards this, we've got something special. Our self-paced Built for This course is designed to help you explore your gifts, social entrepreneurship, and a business idea, all while empowering you to take your next steps. So this course will set you up for success no matter where your journey takes you. So go to dogoodx.org and find this course and other business tools and tips and resources. We hope that you will join us again. Until next time, do good.
Thank you for listening to the Do Good X podcast. To continue the conversation or access our resources, visit www.dogoodx.org. Join us again for conversations that will nourish your soul, ignite your dreams, and empower you to build an impactful business, one intentional step at a time. Until then, keep striving, thriving, and doing good.